frustrated. I don't remember signing shit that said any of that. I didn't sign anything that said that. So if somebody tells that to you, remind them of that. Tell them you didn't sign shit. I ain't signed nothing. I signed a marriage certificate, but nothing in there had anything about disrespect, alienation, harm, drama, trauma, nothing. Stop telling people they know what they signed up for when a stepmother complains or vents to you about this very uncomfortable, unprecedented situation that she's found that's taken over her whole life. How about just shut up and show some compassion? How about that? How about just say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're going through. Don't ever minimize anybody's pain by telling me, you know what you signed up for. That'll get you signed up to get your ass whooped. Okay. And like and share and follow for more content and comment below, y'all. Because I'm on one today.
Okay. Here we go. That lady is parrying, like we say in Nigeria.
Listen, y'all need to stop telling stepmoms you know what you signed up for. You know what you signed up for. I mean, bitch, nobody signed up to be disrespected, to be humiliated, to be constantly frustrated. I don't remember signing shit that said,
boy, oh boy.
I'm getting my hair done, so why not? Story time. Forgive the noise, forgive the talking. I'm in the barbershop. The only reason.
So you met someone.
So an experience.
Are you with the right person if their kids are a real problem in the relationship? Kids are very challenging. Being a step parent is very challenging. If you're with the right person, you'll be with them regardless of how annoying the kids are. And they will annoy you. Kids are annoying sometimes. Of course they are. Don't expect kids to be perfect because that's absurd. And secondly, as an adult, if a little 7-year-old is being annoying, how annoying when you were 7? A lot of adults seem to forget that. If you need more help, just book in a call. If you want to book in a call, the link is in my profile. You click the link, put your details in, I will call you. We'll have a one-on-one chat. We'll talk about your situation, how I can help, what a bit of an action plan moving forward. I'll help you out. Are you with the right person if their kids are a real problem in the relationship? Kids are very challenging. Being a step parent is very challenging. If you're with the right person, you'll be with them regardless of how annoying the kids are. And they will annoy you. Kids are annoying sometimes. Of course they are. Don't expect kids to be perfect because that's absurd. And secondly, as an adult, if a little 7-year-old is being annoying, how annoying when you were 7? A lot of adults seem to forget that. If you need more help, just book in a call. If you want to book in a call, the link is in my profile. You click the link, put your details in, I will call you. We'll have a one-on-one chat. We'll talk about your situation, how I can help, what a bit of an action plan moving forward. I'll help you out. Are you with the right person?
I let my wife or my daughter come first. That's a recipe for disaster. We've seen single moms. You've been with your son. It was just y'all. And then when you find your husband, y'all come together. But it's like, yeah, but me and my son was here first. It's a recipe for disaster because that child does not know what it is like to come underneath an adoptive covering of a father and mother coming together to provide a safe space for them as children. In the blended family is kids need to know that mommy and me come first.
Facts.
Even if you were here first.
I
let my wife or my daughter come first. That's a recipe for disaster. We've seen single moms. You've been with your son. It was just y'all. And then when you find your husband, y'all come together. But it's like, yeah, but me and my son was here first. It's a recipe for disaster because that child does not know what it is like to come underneath an adoptive covering of a father and mother coming together to provide a safe space for them as children. In the blended family is kids need to know that mommy and me come first.
Facts.
Really?
Even if you were here first.
Really?
I let my wife or my daughter come first. That's a recipe for disaster. We've seen single moms. You've been with your son.
Really,
it was
bro?
just y'all. And then when you find your husband, y'all come together. But it's like, yeah, but me and my son was here first. It's a recipe for disaster because that child does not know what it is like to come underneath an adoptive covering of a father and mother coming together to provide a safe space for them as children. In the blended family is kids need to know that mommy and me come first.
I disagree with that one.
Even if you were here first.
Nope. All right. Welcome, everybody. I see that you guys are watching already. Thank you for joining the show. We scheduled this show when I did the part 1 2 days ago, and I spoke about managing blended family and all the challenges that comes with it. I played a couple of videos, and today we're gonna look at the main issues in blended family. If you're gonna be part of the show today, I know my sisters, Cece, and of course Honey Babe, and all every other ones who are free, they can join us on this program today. So we just want to look at solutions, how to make it work. We've seen couples who come together and bring their children from prior relationship, and somehow they make it work. So I won't buy the idea that, oh, blended family don't work. It's a lie. Don't marry a single mom, no, the children, it's a lie. It works. Oh, you want to marry this man? He already have kids. He have kids from this so mama, so baby chick, and all that. These are all stories. If you are ready to make it work, it will work. Okay? So in today's show, we're gonna look at what are the challenges of blended family and how do you manage these challenges. But first, we need to recognize what constitutes challenges in blended family. I already shared this script with the VIP group. So if you want to be the part of the VIP group, just check my bio. You'll see the link to be in the backstage, and you can have, and with that, you can have access to what we're going to be talking about, and you can prepare yourself to be part of the show and contribute constructively. So let's look at a couple of things here. So what are the challenges that comes with blended family? I'm gonna just go by this script right here because it kind of makes sense to prepare stuff like this ahead of time so that we can all be on the same page. Now, the 10 challenges I'm about to read right now, they are not limited. There are more challenges than what I have here, but I just feel like this kind of capture the basic 10 challenges that parents who are in blended family situation should consider in their marriage. And as we are dealing with this topic right now, I know there are some people who are already tackling this type of situation. Hey Didi, what's up, mama? How you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great too. You're watching from work. I know a lot of people gonna be at work at this time, but I usually like to go live before I go to my regular job, just to make life easy for me too. Say I still dey street, the hustle now. So, what are the 10 challenges that is facing couples who are in blended family
That's the recipe
situation?
for disaster.
It
We've
is.
seen
Before I
single
go to what
moms.
this
You've been
dude is
with your
saying,
son.
let
It
me
was
quickly
just
run
y'all,
through
and
those
then
10
when you find your husband,
challenges
y'all come
because I really don't buy what he's saying right now. I think he's pandering. I'm sorry. So, first, the following are the talking points. Blended families, also known as step families, can face unique challenges. Here are some of common ones. Number one, adjustment period. Adjustment period is usually when the family comes together, probably after the wedding, and both parents have started living together and they now brought their kids into the equation. So they got to adjust. And adjustment is usually not easy because it's like all the things you used to do when you were alone, you can't do all that now. You're going to have to adjust your styles to work with your partner. And that is a priority. If you want everything to work, you're going to learn how to blend yourself into your partner's way of life. And then you now look at the kids. The kids are coming from two different background. They used to have their parents together and they have certain lifestyles they are accustomed to. But now that you are bringing them into your newly created family, you also expect the kids to adjust. So the first challenge begins with the adjustment period, integrating new family members, adjusting to new roles and building relationship can take time. Number two, different parenting styles. In the video I play on part one, I highlighted some of the parenting styles that usually brings problem into the new marriage. Okay. In some home, children are used to parent playing the bad cop, good cop kind of parenting style. The dad can be the bad cop while the mom is the good cop, and sometimes the mom is the bad cop and the dad is the good cop. But whichever way, we're not saying bad cop in a negative sense. It just means that one parent is more disciplined than the other. So the kids, children now, kids likes to have things done their way. Kids always want to have everything their way. And when you say no, they see you as an antagonist. And in most cases, dad, especially if those kids are girls, dad are known to be, can I say, soft? Like I say, the daddies have soft hearts towards the daughters, and the daughters typically get away with a lot of stuff. So, in the situation of bad parent or bad cop, good cop, and now you come into a brand new home with your kids in prior relationship, you have to decide from the get-go that none of you guys want to play bad cop, good cop. This is just my take as far as this second challenge is concerned. Don't do the bad cop, good cop thing. Bad cop, good cop works when the children are living with both biological parents. But in the case of stepdad, stepmom, dad, you can play bad cop, and mom, you can play bad cop. Because if you play bad cop, your children, your biological children you brought into the marriage might not consider that as an issue because they're already used to it. They know you that is how you run the home. But the step kids, in this case, maybe the children that your husband brought from his prior marriage, they're not going to take it. If you start playing bad cop from the get-go, you are getting it wrong. You already created enmity between you and the kids. They're going to start saying stuff that you don't like. Some of them will be disrespectful. Some of them will deliberately ignore your instructions. Then you take it to the dad, expecting the dad to back you up because you are playing the disciplining mom role. If he didn't back you up, now you guys will start having problem because you're gonna say, "Oh, you are siding with your children. Is it because I'm not their biological mom?" So please, let's take note of that. You don't want to play bad cop, good cop, and the same goes to men. If you marry a woman who already have kids from prior relationship or maybe from her former marriage, don't be that husband who want to say, "Okay, I'm the man in this house. All of you have to follow my order." Sometimes it doesn't work with step kids. You got to take it slowly. You got to have a strategy to make the kids see you in a good light. I'm not saying you should be their friend because, of course, they are your children now. But whatever you're doing, you got to do it together in conjunction with your wife's support. Both of you got to be on the same page. If the kids said, "Okay, we want ice cream for dinner," and as the dad, you said, "No, you can't have ice cream for dinner," you need your wife to back you up. The mom got to say to the kids, if daddy says no ice cream, there is no ice cream. Period. Now, if you felt that, okay, these are my children, after all, I brought them from my previous marriage, it doesn't matter, you have been too harsh on them, you can at least cut them a slack, let them just have ice cream today, tomorrow they won't do it again. You are breaking the rules. Your blended family may not work. So let's just clear that from the get-go. Number 3, loyalty conflict. Children may feel torn between their biological parents and the step parent. Please, if you are here, let me know you are here. Just drop a hi or hello in the comment. I can see you guys are watching already. And of course, don't forget to give us thumbs up. Do me that favor. That's the money you can give me right now. That will go a long way. You know, we are a small channel, so we are still growing. We need every support we can get. And since this is a channel that emphasizes value, it's going to be a little difficult for us to grow that fast. All right. It will take time, but trust me, we're going to blow up. All right. I see 6 like. We still have 2 people more to like as we proceed right here. So, number 3, give me a moment. Let me share this to our other backstage. Let me share it to Man of Prestige, because this has to do with family. I'm really gonna love my sister's takes out there. All right. Welcome. Let me hit you up with some music. So, thank you. Hey, my sister is here. Bimpe, how you doing, mama? How is your area? Maryland people. Too much money people. All right, moving on. Number 3, loyalty conflicts. Yeah, this one is really, really deep. You know, when Cece asked me if I'm going to marry a single mom, and I said I can marry a single mom if the children are 10 years plus. Hey, Sister D, welcome, mama. Thanks for coming in. Princess, I see you too. How you doing? So when Sissy asked me, can I marry a single mom of 3? And I said, I can marry a single mom of 3 if those children are over 10 years plus. Here is it. This loyalty conflict is why I said that. Now, children, if they are 10 years and above, they already have some experiences living with their parent, I mean their biological parents, in the previous marriage. And there are some dad that they are really good with parents, and there are some mom who are really super moms. Bringing the kids into a new marriage, you know, a woman brought her own children, I brought mine, maybe total, we are now 6 in the family, 2 children from prior marriages. Now, if those kids are 10 years plus, it could be easier for me. Yeah, it would be easier for me to relate with them, to tell them what I needed or what I want them to do. We can have conversation and all that. And it's going to be easier for me to determine if they have strong loyalty to their dads or not. And if you are in a situation where you have children who have loyalty to their biological parents, that's a big deal, because some of them might see you as the enemy. They might think that, okay, who knows? You can't tell what the other parent is telling them anyway. Some really slicky dad might tell them that, oh, your stepdad is the reason your mom and I, we broke up. Your mom was sleeping with your stepdad, you know, and those children might have resentment towards you. And even if we go to the positive side, some children still desire their biological parents living in the same home. And if you are now starting a new family with a woman that has kids from previous marriage, it's going to take a while before the children accept you. So let's take note of that. So please, if you're going to contribute to this show. Help me with other ways that parent can overcome these challenges. So far, I've mentioned 3 challenges: adjustment period, different parenting style, and loyalty conflict. Number 4, communication barriers. Open communication can be challenging, especially if family members have different communication styles. Yes, this one is another big one. Communication styles. There are some dad that they are kind of strict. They are strict when it comes to bonding with the children. I mean, biological parents. And there are some dad or mom who are kind of soft. They are sweet. They believe in communication. If their children did anything wrong, instead of shouting, yelling at them, they simply calm them down and talk about it. Now, if you bring kids from that kind of home where the dad or mom use communication to get them to behave, and now they are in your new family as a dad or mom, you are using punishment instead of talking, the kid will simply see you as an abusive stepdad or stepmom. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I'm telling you from what I've observed so far. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. So, Uncle Patrick says it takes patience and cancer for 2 families to be blended. Hence, that's why the word blended being used. Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir. Hey, honey babe, how you doing? Welcome, sister. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. That's a really good one. D, I see you, my sister. Alpha. Ooh, this one is really hot too, but we have to get over it somewhere somehow, because like I said in my previous video, whether we like it or not, blended family is here to stay. So far, we have Mugo Park walking the streets, and we have all these young girls claiming they will continue to date married men. We're going to have a lot of divorce in the streets. And people still have to live their life. So if a partner treats the other one poorly, you should expect your partner to find someone who will treat them better. That's how it works. Number 5, financial stress. Managing financial responsibilities and managing resources can be difficult. Absolutely. In a blended family situation, what we see going on these days is that, I'm sorry to say this, but there are a lot of women now, especially those one who are not independent, those who still depends on man for financial support. When they start a new family and they want the man to provide everything they needed at home, there's going to be issues. Don't get me wrong. If a man marries a woman with kids, you are supposed to love those children as your own. You are supposed to provide for them. But the mother too has to contribute. Now, for a woman who has financial challenges, no good job, she can barely even buy crackers for the children. And now you want your new man to provide for the kids you brought from your prior relationship. A man who don't have that maturity and that love in his heart to see that whatever he's doing for the children, he's also doing it for himself, and it's not a lost. He might not do it, and you guys will start struggling. When I was reading some of the comments in the last video, I saw a comment where a woman was complaining bitterly that the husband did not, I think he said the husband did not buy the children school materials. And these children have their dad. The dad still is still active in their lives too. So to me, when I read that comment, the first thing that came to mind is that you shouldn't put it all on him. This shouldn't be an issue. They have a dad. Have you reached out to their dad to provide school materials? And he said no. Okay, how about your husband? Is he financially buoyant enough to buy those stuffs without complaint or regrets? So sometimes financial challenges are a big deal. You're going to have to put your partner into consideration when you are talking about finance. And in the case of blended families, I will even suggest this. If you are not financially okay as a man, don't even consider blended family. Because if you have 2 kids and now your wife is bringing another 2 kids into the family, that means you have to provide for 4 children besides taking care of your wife and taking care of the home. So please, men, I will honestly advise that don't do it if you are not in a better place financially. Number 6, emotional baggages. I shared the link to the studio in the comment. So please, our matured parents in the house, help us contribute to this topic. Number 6, emotional baggages. Yeah, unresolved emotions from previous relationship can impact the new family dynamic. This one a big deal for me, and I won't lie. Just like Sissy and Honey Babe asked me the last time if I can marry a single mom, what would make me not to really say, okay, let me readily jump into a relationship with a single mom is this emotional baggages. A lot of men and women, they are walking around with unresolved issues from their previous relationship. And they're going to bring all those angers, all those resentments into the new relationship. In fact, there are some women, I've seen that before. I think I saw a couple of videos on this particular one. There are some women who spoke about comparing their new husband with their ex. Because of the shege that they've received in their previous relationship, everything the new husband does, whatever he says, sometimes it will just trigger them. And there are some men too, who as a result of how their previous marriage ended, everything the new wife, in fact, like African men, some of us we are very strong on this one. Because some African men have received breakfast in their previous marriage, now when they marry a new woman, they don't want to give room for anything. Whatever she does, they're gonna like, oh, that is how my ex do. This is what my ex says. This is how my ex used to behave. So this emotional baggages is a big deal. Now, how do we solve this problem? This is where I agree with Man of Prestige and many of my sister Auntie B and a lot of sisters that have contributed on those platforms whenever they recommend therapy and healing. To solve the emotional baggage challenges, you have to heal before you move into a new relationship. Yes, just like Honey Babe said now, unresolved trauma. It's a big deal. Please, if you are a single mom and single dad, you are going to get married. You will find somebody who loves you for who you are. Somebody who want to be in your life. Somebody who wants to call you mine. But please, let me beg you again. If you have trauma from your past marriage, it will destroy the new one. And this is where I usually preach my zone theory, where I will say, look, consider your zone. What zone are you right now? If you already divorced, you are in zone 2. And if you are in zone 2, it is time for you to heal before you move to zone 3, because zone 3 is where you find love again. And when you find love again, you don't want to let it go. You don't want to destroy it with traumas, with emotional baggages. Okay? Please, He said, no. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you, sir. In fact, this is where I need my matured uncles and aunties to step in. Oh, this is a very important topic. We have a lot of elderly Nigerians now who have children here in America that their daughter or son already impregnated someone and have babies. Many Nigerian parents are in this situation right now. It's not new. We can't deny it. So, what are we going to tell them in order to get them from zone 2 to zone 3 and have a good home? Uncle Patrick says to make a good smoothie, blending fruits and ice cube takes time. To enjoy blended family, see it as sweet smoothie. Exactly, sir. In fact, let me start this one. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Patience. You got to be patient. You got to be willing to let go some of the stuff you've experienced in the past. Please. So take note of that one. That's number 6. Emotional baggage. All right. Number 7. Blending different cultures or traditions. Hey. I'm laughing. I'm going to make an example here. Oh, no, I will make a reference here. Please pardon me if it come off as Ben. No, be so it be. But let me just say this. You see, blending different cultures and tradition sometimes is the reason why it's difficult for Africans to marry Africans from other countries, especially in a blended family situation. Now, the white people usually find it easier to blend into African cultures. It's not as if maybe they're going to be practicing African cultures or tradition. No, but they will accept it and they will respect it. You know? And this is the same thing I said. Anytime I see some of my sisters come with the can I say it's an argument? Sometimes they will say, oh, I know they even do Africa again. I want to marry Oyinbo. Let me marry white people. White people know how to pamper woman. White people know how to take care of women. The truth is this, or maybe not the truth, but this is just my perception of the whole thing. You see, if you marry a white man, the white man recognizes that you are coming from a different culture and tradition from his. And he's going to accept you like that. But you, in turn, you accepted his own culture. And I will say it right now. A lot of our sisters or brothers who are into interracial marriages, especially those who marry white people, they take a lot of BS. I've said it, I think, on Man of Prestige Show, and I will still say it again. They take a lot of BS. They endure a lot of BS that if they are in the same, if they are in marriage with an African like them, oh, they won't take it. Quote me anywhere. And that is why when you see all those your content creators, you know, one of the easiest way to make money on social media, especially YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and the like, is to marry a white person. So if a white man marries a black lady right now, and they started a channel, their channel will grow so fast. They will make a lot of money from it. But then, why the channel is growing, why they are making that money, for the first 2, 3 to 4 years into that marriage, they will be tolerating each other. Especially the African woman will be the one tolerating the white guy's excesses. By the time money don't day, when the woman don't come strong, and she started saying, oh, Jack, you can't do this. Jack, no, I won't take that. While I don't come. Jack will start complaining to his family, running to his mom or dad. Hey, mom, dad, can you believe it? Vicky said, I did this, I did that. Can you imagine? I rescued Vicky. I rescued her. You see, I gave her papers. I do this, I do that. And then before you know it, they will split. I'm not deviating from the topic. I'm just letting you understand that culture and traditions matters, especially if you want to do this blended family thing. Whatever you can tolerate in interracial marriage, what stop you from tolerating the same thing in your own same culture, same tradition marriage? We got to check ourselves, okay? I've seen a lot of our sisters criticize African men. Hey, African men, oh, they are ego. African men, they are this, they are that. Oyinbo get ego too. The only thing is that when you marry Oyinbo, you already know that there is a strike against you because you'll be black. So therefore, so far the relationship is good. He will respect you, he will treat you well, he will open car door for you, he will take you to vacation, do everything. But you will also see his excesses, yet you tolerate it. So why can't we tolerate that same thing in our own community, in our own marriage? So please, if you are into blended family and you want it to work, just remember this short story, this scenario that I'm describing now. It will help you. Just say, okay, if I have 2-3 kids and a white dude step up and say, I love you, I want to marry you. If I marry this white dude, I will definitely tolerate some things from him. You can tolerate the same from a fellow black person like you. Although you have to still set boundary. Because to be honest, I never to see Oyinbo we marry woman we get children. No. I don't see Oyinbo get marry black man, black guy, we get kids. But I know they to see Oyinbo we marry black woman. We don't. He dey or not be say no day, but it's not a lot. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you, my sister Binkpe. I'm just trying to be honest, as an uncle, I'm following the footsteps of Uncle Patrick. Only say I don't get patient like Uncle Patrick. No, Uncle Patrick will tell you the fact. But as me, I still be baby uncle. I'm still learning. All right. Please, if you want to say anything, come into the studio. I'm just reading it along and analyzing them. But like I've always said, my advice is not the best. My own is to bring the topic and then just guide us. So please, that is the link. You can come in and contribute your 2 cents. Okay. Joseph said, I believe with this, the blended family will work for me. Communicate openly and honesty. Set clear boundaries and rule. Respect each other's differences. Spend quality time together. God bless you. I love that. That's a good one. Esther Adejo, how are you doing? It's like Joseph is learning fast too. Joseph, I think I might need to bring you to Why Are You Single? Because with all this your wisdom, you are supposed to be married now. So maybe you want to hang out with me. Let's talk about why are you single. Hopefully, we can find a very sweet woman that will be your wife. Joseph says, support each other's relationship with biological parents. Be patient and flexible. Show love and affection to all family members. Establish a unified front as parents. Thank you. This all makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Uncle Patrick, thank you, sir. Uncle Patrick says, blended family tips. 1, acknowledge it will work. Thank you, sir. 2, plan ahead. 3, give time and space. 4, agree role in advance. Thank you, sir. 5, get help. Get help. I can't emphasize this enough. This is what I've been listening to for the past 1 year. that I've joined the Obodoyinbo family and I've been listening to MOP, and I also listen to great men of God. A lot of pastors, I listen to their sermon when it comes to family, marriage, and these issues. This is the same thing Uncle Patrick is saying right now, is what many of them are preaching. You know, acknowledge it will work. I am yet to see somebody who says, it won't work, and expect it to work. If you say, it can't work, if I marry a single mom, I don't think it will work. It won't work, because you already have this preconceived notion that it's not going to work. So even when you see opportunity to do things that's going to make it beneficial to both of you and the children you brought into the marriage, you won't take it. You won't do it. Because for your mind, you don't already say it won't work. Plan ahead. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. This is where I emphasize zone 2, zone 2, zone 2. When you are in your zone 2, that is the time for you to have a picture of what you're going to do when you are in another relationship. Okay, I have these 2 kids. If a man should come into my life now, how will I present these kids to him? What will be my role? What will I be doing? What would I expect him to do? Hey, honey babe. Welcome, sister.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I'm hearing you perfectly well, honey babe.
Thank you. I wasn't going to say anything. I wanted someone else to come on, but no one else was coming on.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive topic, so
it's not like I have all the answers. Like I said to you, in the beginning, because of it was quite toxic with the divorce, as you know, when you're going through the divorce, it's quite toxic. But now we've come to a stage where many times there's been situations where my son has done something. I've even called the dad that, listen, your son is not listening. Can you speak to him? Do you understand what I'm saying, Brother Ben? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
What I'm trying to say, that even though we're not together and we're co-parenting, this is from, I'm not saying I know it all, because I've made mistakes in parenting. I mean, even today, my eldest one is upsetting me, and that's in regards to, he has a tuition course over the summer holidays, because we've obviously broken up in the UK, and there's issues. Again, I have to speak to him with his father. I'm not saying I know all the answers, but I find that is very important. Even emotionally, sometimes you don't want to agree with your ex-partner, to be on the same page with the kids. Because I used to make the mistake of always challenging my eldest son's father and stuff like that. And as you said, it doesn't work, because
it
doesn't work. So I've found, this is the last 3 or 4 years, I've realized, always be on the same page. Even if you don't necessarily agree, be a united front, and you can have that conversation later when the kids are not around. But what I'm trying to say is that even with the fact that my ex-husband and going to call for my son and everything, I still, when it comes to discipline and issues with my son, I will always say, I'm going to have a conversation with your dad. And we both say, listen, as your mom and dad have agreed, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you have to do this.
You are both on the same page.
Yes. Even though, it's hard though. It is hard, but I've realized that it's easier being on the same page. Like I said before, I thought I was being clever, not always be on the same. I'm being real, not always being on the same page as the fathers, and it hasn't worked.
It's a big deal.
It is.
And when both step parents are not on the same page, the children can easily spot that.
And they use that to manipulate you.
Exploit that advantage.
Thank you. You said the word. They will manipulate you.
Trust
me, because they know that you're not on the same page as your ex-partner. So they would say, Dad, if I go to my dad will give you this.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've learned the hard way. That's why anything I say, I always relate it. I know some people don't like it. I always try to relate it to what I've actually gone through and say that I've learned the hard way, that you always have to be on the same page as your ex-partner. You have to be.
You are right. Look, it's good you speak with examples, because people wouldn't know that it's possible. When you make example and you use your own personal experience, then they will get to know that, look, This is reality, is not fiction.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Welcome, Uncle Patrick. Welcome, sir. I know
Hello,
you're here, sir.
Patrick. Mhm.
So, as I was saying before, I give the floor to Uncle Patrick.
Yes.
I know a lot of content creators, a lot of platform owners that when they want to give examples, they will give
Yes.
example. Oh, this thing happened to someone else.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what happened to
Yes.
you? That's
I
what
think
I mean.
exactly. I think maybe because it's the Bitcoin in me, I'm all about transparency. Because one thing about me is that anything I say to anybody, whether it's on this platform or to a friend, I always believe that you have to, if you're talking about a certain situation, if you don't have the experience, personally keep quiet. If you have the
Exactly.
experience, then you can now say, this is what I went through, and people can relate to that. I'm not about pretending that I know it all. There's certain subjects I
No.
have no business with, and I will keep silent about it. But everything else that is pertaining to me and my previous experience, I believe is better for you to say, this is what happened to me in my experience. And whatever
Exactly.
you want to take away from that, take away from that.
Exactly. Thank you, honey babe. Uncle Patrick, how are you doing, sir? God bless you for at least coming to educate us on this topic. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
Please, the floor is yours, sir.
I didn't want to allow my sister to be alone. Only babe. That's why I said, let me join the babe. And
Thank you, sir.
Brother
Thank you, sir.
Patrick, thank you so much for
let me
coming.
support you. You made a very good point, only babe. You know, Uncle Ben, even we struggle with our biological kids.
Exactly.
Yes, don't let us pretend as if we are more spiritual, we are better than every other parent. Parents are still parents. It doesn't matter. You can be a bishop, your kid will soon misbehave. Big time that they have to be dealt with, underneath. I've had 2 cases. Let me give you an example. That 2 pastors have to call me, say, Pastor Patrick, we need your help. When their teenage kid wants to date, I don't know why that should be a problem. Maybe she's 18, Nigeria, and say, Mom, I want to date. And he said, no, you can't date. You must go to college first. You know what I mean? Big problem. So I'm talking about blended family. It's not easy.
At all.
Thank you, Uncle Ben, for bringing out Aaron LD. Aaron LD. I know him. I know he's one of the most popular blended family counselor, Christian family counselor. I know he's been doing this for a long time. So it's not easy to be a blended parent, especially when they are not your biological kids. Once you come together, you can't be their father or their mother. You have to walk yourself into their hearts.
Yes,
Let
sir.
it come from them. You have to show them who you are, that you are there to protect them. Like, normally in office, when people have issue, when you come to me that you are going through this, you don't have to tell me. Like for example, my job has a lot of resources that you can call people online, that you can call them, they will talk to you if you're having marital issue, if you're having financial problem. You don't have to tell me as your boss. You can just give me, I'm having this issue that is troubling me from not performing. Okay, we don't want this to affect your job. Can you make use of this resources? You don't have to pay for it. Don't tell me it's confidential. They will deal with it. So when it comes to blended family, when you are coming together, you don't have to go there and say, okay, I want to father these kids. Yes, you don't have kids. They will look and say, where are you coming from? You are not my dad.
Exactly.
Maybe the mother has a way of dealing with the kids before. You don't have to jump in there. You have to walk yourself there. Show them love first. That even though your dad is not here, your mom is not here, I am here. Let them trust you first.
Exactly.
Uncle Ben will always say the daughter will come to her and say, Dad, can we talk? That is what we call trust.
Yes.
Yes, even somebody that doesn't know you, maybe you came in, maybe the guy has been his mom's best pal, and you now came in, that jealousy will be there. Look at this man coming, just took over my mom from me like that. Is it easy? You took over his space. You have to show love first. Walk yourself into their eyes. Tell them, I love you. I may not be here as your real father, but whenever you have issues, you can always count on me. They want to see that first from you.
Totally.
Yes,
Totally.
if they see that they have that confidence that you are not going to abuse them. We have the cases of stepfather abusing stepkids too now. They have that
Yes.
confidence in you that you are there. You are
Mm.
there with their mother. Maybe they have a parent-teachers meeting, counseling. You're always there. You show your attention. You teach them stuff. You show them that you're a role model. That's what they want to look at first. Some of them might even say, well, this man has been there as our dad. This is our dad. We're going to even change our last name to his name on their own. Not you telling them, no, don't boss nobody. You are married to their mom, and their mom has to tell you what you can do first. You know what I mean? You can. This is my son. This is the way it's been brought up. Even when two couples come together, you don't even judge because you are from a different background. Not to talk of kids.
Exactly, sir.
So you have to work yourself into their hearts. And if you are responsible, you can't deal with them. You have to be patient. Like you said, you need help. If you really love your partner, you can't love me and not love my children.
Exactly.
Never.
So eloquently said, brother, Uncle Patrick. Fantastic what you're saying. So.
Yes, you can't love me and not love my children. You might even come together. I may not be able to have children again, but the love and my children has to be there. Imagine my son is graduating. You say, well, I cannot be there. No, that boy. No, that's not love.
Yes.
Yes, you should be mature and say, well, you don't know what is going through. Even at work, you don't know what people are going to split up. People go through, come with a lot of baggage. You can't just be armed at them, just be hard at them. No, cool down. You don't know, maybe the divorce the mother went through affected the kids. So they have to behave somehow. So just have to, you have to be patient.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
That's what we need. If we really love each other, you have to lock all the baggages I'm coming with as well, including my children. Yes. I think I've said something nice anyway. Thank
you, Uncle Patrick. Please, sir, Uncle Patrick, I just want you, I still have like 3 other challenges, but I want you to help us chime in on one of them, and that is the number 9 here. I actually skipped number 8, establishing boundaries. That one is clear cut. But number 9, dealing with ex-partners.
Serious matter. It's a serious matter.
Co-parenting with ex-partners can be challenging, especially if there is conflict or unresolved issues. Uncle Patrick, what should people do in situations like that, whereby they still have this basketball going on with their ex-partner, and then now they are married? They are married to another man or another woman, but still they are still dragging their ex-partners.
Well, before the marriage kicks in, whoever is involved has to tell you the situation she or he is into. I'm still dealing with this with my ex-partner. Are you able to go along with me? There are some ex-partner that want to drag things with you. And maybe the lady doesn't have that mind. It's not strong enough to do that. And you look at it, what this man is doing is not right. To be able to stand by that lady if you really love her. Yeah. Like you have to know where you are what you are going into. Some men are troublesome, for example. They want to deal with the ex-wives. I'm going to deal with you. And the lady is helpless. And if the lady finds out that you are a support, one thing a woman likes in men, one of the things is security. That this man, I like him. I love him because it makes me secure. And if you cannot stand with that man, that lady, no, you are not a good husband. You must know what you are going into. The one we just, the freeze issue that we just, sorry to use that example. The guy is standing and say, well, if this man is dragging the wife, that the freeze supposed to even stand and say, well, that's why we said should be able to stand and say, well, I don't care, the baby has come in. If you say I committed adultery, I agree. But this is my wife. We are now married. We want to stand as one.
Yes.
The Bible says two shall become one. If they are divorced and when the divorce went through, you are one there. So your man or woman should be able to stand by each other. That's what I believe in. If the marriage is, if they is divorced with the ex-wife, that means they are no longer in union. You are when you know with your husband right now. So both of you should be able to be one.
Benny. Yes. Yes, sir.
And likewise the children too. You know, children are human beings. You can't change it, but then you have to walk yourself into their heart. You have to show them love. You can't just go into their hearts like that. Say, hey, you just come in. Look at the way your room is. No, did your mother not teach you well? Your father? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. you know, let me give you an example. I'm not boasting. You know, my work, I work 8 hours. By 2:30, I'm home. Saturday, I'm used to working. I'm used to waking up 6 o'clock 5 o'clock. Some Saturdays, I'll wake up by 6. I'll clean all the house. Everybody will be sleeping. By the time they will say, "Whoa, Daddy did this." I just like this. I'm used to it.
See,
you know, I'll just say, go and clean your room. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just sit and say, well, now your husband will take care of that. Go and clean your room. I've cleaned up. They'll be saying, oh my, they'll just be walking. They will say, oh, we're living a good house. Well, I'm used to it. So you can't just go in and say, no, this boy is so rude. Do you know what the boy is going through? Have you hung out with the boy?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had breakfast together and talk to him and show him you love him? You have to be there, not just the mother alone, but the kids as well. You have to play your role. That's what men do. Even, you know, like, I'm sorry to take it longer. I was listening, I used to listen to PBS. Even when the PBS news yesterday and day before yesterday, they were talking about African American black boys in the age of 19 buying themselves. Because most of them, they have no father, they have no role model to teach them tell them what to do. They said our black Americans buying themselves are increasing, while the white are decreasing. So that should be the role of men. That's why you see role model even in church with a single parent, that they should look for role model men that can, you know, mentor their kid, be there as a father figure for them. That's very important. So when you are going as a blended family, you have to be whether a woman or a man, you have to be there, show the kids love. Some people, when they are married, they say their mother will be there, their stepmother will be there, they wear the same clothes. Say, these are my two parents.
Yes. Yes. And you know they've done a good job.
Yes, Uncle Ben, they've done a good job.
This issue is really big. Honey, babe, do you know what I'm talking about here? This dealing with ex-partners.
I always like to give myself as an example. There was a time when the thing was hot. I was in the middle of divorcing my ex-husband, and I went back to my elder son's dad, and it was very much, oh, you left me to be with your first son's dad, and it was crazy. But one thing I will say is that my partner was really, really supportive. He would take me to court. When I was emotionally drained, he would, cook me food, encourage me, because as I said before, going to court is emotionally and financially draining. Many times, there was a situation where it got so toxic, I was in tears. He literally got my phone and said, I'm going to call your ex-husband. And he spoke to him. I said, what is going on between you and Honey Babe? And he said, this has got to stop. You guys are no longer married. Please just co-parent. He was obviously giving his own side of things, but it kind of reached a consensus where, because my partner had to intervene, it shouldn't have got to that stage. And to be honest, I was so emotionally upset, I didn't really stop him. But he had to intervene and say, please, apart from contact, please, let's stop all this, going back and forth. It's not good for the kids. So I really respect him and appreciate what he did in terms of that. Even in terms of my younger son, which is obviously not his, many times he will take them out. He would treat my younger son the same way he treats his own biological child. So there's no difference. Many times when he comes home, my first son will do ballet. The younger son will do ballet as well. Do you understand?
That's good.
He would say to my elder son, hoover your room. Then he would say to my younger son, hoover your room. There's no argument because he treats them the same, whether discipline or whether it's in love. So there's no distinction. But like I said, my situation is very unique, and I appreciate the type of partner that I have.
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
That dealing with
I'm jealous.
you.
It's not easy. It's not easy, Brother Ben. It got really, really crazy. I nearly had a nervous breakdown. The toxicity was crazy. I'm not blaming him because we're on good terms now. At the time, if I didn't have my partner supporting me, it would have been something else because it was so draining.
Yeah. I think working and resolving issue with that ex-partner has always been the big deal, especially if he's the type that doesn't improve on himself and
No.
the woman has moved on, she's doing well, and she finds love again. I'm sorry, my gender, we have to do better because seriously, men are filled with jealousy when their ex move on and she's doing fine. I
Can
don't
I
know.
say something?
Help us.
That happened to me, and the thing is, I don't want to bash him because we're on a good place, but I need to be realistic. How he was before, he was very much, "Oh, you left me to go back to your first child's father." He was very much about you've moved on. He was very, very, very bitter. I'm not saying I'm all that, but it was very much. It was a lot of bitterness, which I didn't expect. I'm very much of the critical attitude that we're divorcing, move on, but I didn't realize culturally me and him were very different in the way we view ending a relationship. He was very, 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 very bitter. I mean, like I said, we're in a good place 9 years later, but it took almost 4 or 5 years before we got to the place we are now. And that's a long time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, Fina. I see you, Fina. I see you, Tommy Day, Engineer Sofo, Iye, and of course, my sister Cici in the building. Cici say they won't let her log off. Cici, you can't log off. You are on the time. You get paid for being there, my sister. We're happy you can join us. Sister D Love, you're welcome. I just wanted to say one thing to that before Uncle Patrick can at least help us add more. You see, I have a colleague that we worked together at my first job when I just finished nursing school. And she had a great relationship with her man. She's a divorcee, but she had this fantastic guy that the guy was all over her. But then, after a while, the guy started withdrawing. And you know, mature woman now, she already knew something is at stake. So she tried everything to make the guy come back to what they used to be until one day the guy just told her that I can't continue with this. And what's the problem? The ex-husband was making their life difficult. Now, you can imagine the dude we close at work, his job that is way far away from where me and the wife we were working. He will close, and by the time he get down, looking way down the street, he's gonna see the ex vehicle. Not one time, not two times, not three times. Sometimes this guy will just say, okay, I want to change my schedule. You know, they have this child arrangement, like you said, they call it in London. Sometimes we just say he want to change. He will start petitioning for change of schedule. He will say, I have a new job, I have this. And then he was just making life hell for them. The son was like 8 years old at that time, and the daughter was around 5. Whenever he picks the kids up, he will tell them all sort of terrible things. And you know, children, when they come back home, they will start telling their mom, oh, Dad did say you used to run around.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What
Listen,
it's young children that their mommy is running. The children even it's just so damn crazy. So I don't know. My take has been that look, once you are out of zone 1 and you are in zone 2, please, whatever you want to do, set boundary with your ex. Try to work with your ex. Try to make sure that he's not going to become a Mack truck that will run down your next relationship.
But the thing is, Brother Ben, what can you do? You can only control your own behavior. Everything you said, I relate to, because the thing is, I don't want to disparage him, but I'm going to go into specifics. He did the same thing. He took me to court and basically had a condition in the child arrangement order. Eventually, I got it dismissed, but it took me 2 years, that whenever my partner is in the house, my son cannot be in the house. So basically, it got to a stage where he had to move out. Yeah, we had to move houses, and he had to live in his own house because he basically put a stipulation that my partner cannot be in the same room as my son. That was for 2 years.
Okay.
So that happened to me. So everything you're saying, I totally relate. All because he was bitter. Like I said, we're in a better place. But I've had situations where I've had to have ring doorbells because he would have people monitoring me. I used to hear that I know where you go. I know you're here. I know you're there. It happened to me.
That is stalking. It's not.
I know. Yeah. It got to that stage. Yeah, it happened to me.
Please.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but it happened to me.
As our elder and a pastor, please. What? I don't know. Did they tell me? I won't lie to you.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything because I don't talk. A lot of stuff happened to me, but you have to move on because he's still the father of my child. I had to let a lot of things go, forgive him, and move on.
Please, Uncle Patrick, as our elder and as a man of God, please, what would you tell people who are currently in this situation? It's not only women, no. There are some men that after divorce, they move on, they get married. Their ex-wife will still make their life difficult. What can they do, sir?
Like like that man that said, I don't want peace, I want trouble. There are some people that are alive that are like that. Even in the church, I'm serious.
Jesus.
Even people that got married in the church, minister, workers, even pastors too, they do that. Because they don't have the word of God in their life. The Bible says, servant of God must not strive, but have to teach patience. So striving, some people believe in striving. Yeah. So the only thing you can do is, like we're in America, we've had cases of people going to saloon to go and buy the, you know what I mean? The wife.
We
have cases like that. We have a lot of cases like that. God forbid, I will not see a partner that will go to that extent. So, like I've always been saying, one should just look at red flag before you go into any relationship. Red flags. Some people are so they are full of anger.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
I'm serious. They are full of anger that God say, God, why did I do this mistake? God will not allow our children to meet with that kind of person.
Amen.
Yes. Even some people, because you dated them and you never married them, they will never forgive you.
Lie.
Fully correct. Brother Patrick, why are you thinking the way that I'm thinking? My ex, for almost 5 years, never forgave me for divorcing him.
You had a baby for your ex.
Can you imagine?
You have a baby for them.
Yes,
because you married somebody else, they would never forgive you.
Not like
that.
All.
Shout out to Sister Natu.
So you cannot.
Sister Natu.
You can't. Like let me say the most important things that a woman really crave. I wrote it down: is support and security. Emotional support and knowing they are secured. It goes a long way. I'm going to digress a little bit. It has to do with blended family too. I was watching Facebook one. I just saw one. My friend last child in their family got married. I said, what? This boy is now grown. Somebody I saw when he was 5 or 8. This boy is married, and now texted the immediate he's Uncle Patrick. He said this guy has problem. I said, what? Not knowing that he's married to an AA. But the lady came to Nigeria, they did traditional wedding. I thought she's in Nigeria. I said, what? He said the brother couldn't come to America. I said, what? And now he said, give me the brother phone. I call him. He said, Uncle Patrick, it's good to hear from you. He said, this is what they are facing. I said, what? I said, send me he printed the form. I sent my 1040 and everything. I said, one thing I will ask you, don't share my information with anybody. Behold, Uncle Ben, 3 weeks after, this guy just comes to Uncle Patrick. They gave them green cards. That was about 10 years ago. Just because I stood for that, I put everything, because they said the lady, she's a CNA in America. She has a girl, she has a boy. And the boy too has a girl in Nigeria. So the girl financially cannot need the financial support. I put my everything they give her. Long story short, Uncle Ben, when I go to the house in North Carolina, I was shocked. This girl that was CNA has gotten a degree.
Oh, wow.
He worked from home. This guy sells car. Somebody that came from Nigeria is richer than me. Now, let me just tell you.
Yeah, many of them now. Me say, I get like 5 boys that wake up from Nigeria where I guide. They ball now.
So Uncle Ben, the 2 kids are in college. I say, oh my God. I saw the lady for the first time. See the way the lady hugged me. Say, Uncle.
Wow.
They live together as a blended. You won't even know that these people are not. Say, oh my God.
See?
God just used me. I say, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, glory be
He
to
get
God.
very quiet. And the guy was saying, this girl, what this girl done in my life? And the lady was talking to his uncle, this your brother, what he did in my life. They have a big house now, living good.
See?
I say, oh my God.
See?
You know one thing, let me tell you, Uncle Ben. This guy first time he went to Nigeria. He went to Nigeria, he came back the same day with the same plane. Because the family said, no, they don't trust Nigeria. Said, no, if you go, you won't come back. This guy just took him to the pastor and he went back to the airport and boarded the same plane in the night because she was scared of Nigeria. But when she now met the guy, they met with the pastor, they assured her. That was after a few months. Now she came to Nigeria to get married. Wow. Why am I saying this? You have to look at the red flag because it's your life. Don't just do it. When you marry somebody that is full of rage, there's nothing your pastor can do about that. Your prayer cannot do anything about that.
Nothing.
Because the rage will be there. The person is ready to buy you. God forbid our children will not meet that kind of person. That's why I'm putting that prayer. It's tough.
Amen. Amen.
He's not ready to forgive you just because you are moving on with your own life.
Amen. There are terrible people like that everywhere.
Yes.
Terrible.
So what is women full everywhere now, Quebec?
Honestly.
There's plenty now. Man full everywhere as well. So there's some people like that you can't do anything. You know, it's from home. They have that thing from their childhood. They are ready to buy somebody and go to prison. They will forbid that person, that kind of person in life.
Yeah. They have that issue. Controlling behavior.
Yes. Somebody have children for you. What do you want that person to do for you again? Cut his head for you?
Yeah.
So, Uncle Ben, so that's what I'm saying. You have to stand on and say, no, I can't do this. You have to look at the red flag. Somebody with serious anger that's not ready to forgive, man. It doesn't start one day, Uncle Ben. You said something. One thing my mother has taught me, let me end up with that. One thing my mother has taught me in life is patience.
Yes, so.
One thing my mother, and people see even at my work, they see it in me that this man is patient. Uncle Ben, thank God that you mentioned it. One thing my mother has taught me in my life is patience. So if you go and marry somebody in the world, now you carry your cross. So your pastor cannot. I'm sorry. Some people you cannot deal with, even at work, everywhere. At home, member of your family. So God will help us.
Amen.
Go ahead,
Uncle
Ben. I'm still on.
Amen. Amen. You see, God bless you for us, Uncle Patrick. You know, I do tell young fellows, I have a lot of young people that they my WhatsApp, that they everywhere, that they reach out to me every time, like, Mr. Ben, but that Ben, Uncle Ben. One of the advice I give them is, look, listen to older people when they are talking. Because of technology, because of all these, we are now Gen A, Gen whatever, we are smart. You are not smart. Listen to older people when they are talking. If you listen to other people, you will learn. Just like you said, Uncle Patrick, patience is one of the things my uncle taught me. I only lived with my uncle for 2 years, but that 2 years was tough. It was rough, but my uncle knows. And it's not as maybe he's doing it to me. I was living with my mate. It would happens to be his own son, my cousin. But I've been nephew, about how now they call them. We were all there together. My uncle was treating us the same way. He taught us so many lessons. I'm still gonna dish out. Maybe I will do a show on that one if people can actually learn. This patient thing is one of the things my uncle reinforced in us. I used to have hot temper at the verse because they raised me in Lagos. So when I moved back to Ondo State and my mom was moving again, and my mom don't want to take me along with everybody because I was kind of different, my mom would have to ship me to my uncle. That 2 years was tough, but when my uncle noticed that at the verse, I have to get something my way, while I just plenty, my uncle was the one who taught me that, look, if you are patient in any situation, if you are so patient, you don't talk, you observe, you will come up on top. And it's one of the things I've been applying, even in marriage, even in my own personal marriage. Patient help me, Uncle Patrick. I've done wrong go Nigeria when this country tough for me.
Keep it up, Uncle Ben.
I'm telling you. Do you know that I did not file for citizenship until like 8 years in America because I won't wrong go back to Nigeria? My wife was just faster and smarter. It be like she read me say, it be like say this dude no fit cope with America. I won't run. My madam go carry my green card, passport, everything. He helped me go ahead. I know see him. Now I made mistake. But after a while, once I started being patient, when I'm supposed to spark, provoke, I go chill. I'll just the watch. I don't go talk. Things started falling in place. I started getting clearer picture of what to do, how to do. And that's when I even learned that when you are patient enough, God will show you a path that will help you overcome whatever problem you are dealing with. But if you want to go at it, that's both, you won't even see nothing. So for people who are in blended family situation or in relationship, patient is virtue. You have to be patient. Yes, and it's one of the things I preach to ladies mostly these days. A lot of our sisters these days, they are not patient. Any small thing, while they go follow you, you walk who you be. And I do tell them, if you're going to be married to a Nigerian man or African man generally, you need patience. If you are not patient, you can never, African man will even make your life miserable for you because you won't understand where he's coming from. And you will not see the same things on his own way. And I do tell men too, if you want to be married to women these days, especially now that women are independent, that they make money. Uncle Paddy, you know, a lot of ladies now make money more than we young guys.
Yes, now.
You know? So I do tell my fellow men, you got to be patient. Suru laughing shoko bini. In English, it means that patient with the take because of my husband. You got to be patient. So for those who might find themselves in blended family situation, you have to be super patient too. When your husband bring his 2 children and you bring your own pikin and you are all living under the same roof, both husband and wife, your second name is patient. Your second name is patient. And if you have this kind of exes that we just described now, you need more patience, please. There are some women that after their man find a new wife, the thing, maybe get how the thing they pepper them differently, I don't know. Now that time they will be blowing the man phone up in the morning. I want to talk to my baby. Can't you give the baby give my baby the phone? What's wrong with you? Auntie, I have to know the same thing. Night. And they are doing that because they want to piss the woman they are home off. So you got to be patient. And if you're a lady, you find yourself in this type of situation whereby a man that loves you, you love him. The ex is now giving you guys headache. My sister, just be patient. When you are patient enough, the ex go carry him where they go at one point or the other. Because if you want to do the basketballs, I've seen some lady that after a while they will just, you know what? I move out of a toxic marriage. Now I'm in this marriage now, and it's always the ex-wife that is coming there, and please be patient. It will all work out fine. And everything we've shared there, please apply them. Thank you, Uncle Patrick, for at least recommending these 2 books. I don't even see this one before, but Uncle Patrick, show up now. Baba don't begin to give us the wisdom and show us way. So please, if you are starting a blended family, or even if you have not started, if you are in your zone 2, you are looking towards God for your own husband, your Prince Shami, get these books and start getting ready for the blended family to come. Some ladies now, especially this one is common here in America, I've seen a lot of ladies who have 2 kids, 3 kids. Some even have 4. And they will come online and say, I don't want to marry any man who has kids. I need a single guy, a single man. Auntie, you will get him. Oh, that single guy. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it is easy for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. Let me quote Bible, even though I don't know the chapter. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eyes of a needle than for you to find that single guy that's going to marry you with 3, 4 kids. They are there. Don't get me wrong. You can find, but when and how you have higher chances of finding a great guy who already have a kid or 2. My guest on the show, on the video I published, thank you, Uncle Patrick, for sharing that video anyway. Why are you single? Do you know that this is a friend that I've known all the way from Nigeria? I only thought he had just 1 kid. During the interview, he told me he had 2. When he told me, oh, I can marry single mom, and he told, if you watch the video, you will hear everything he said. And I'm like, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm a single dad myself. So I was just curious, and I'm like, how many kids do you have? He said he got 2. I'm like, oh, now I see why this guy is so ready and prepared. You know? So what I'm saying is that you can find a great guy who already have a kid or 2, that both of you will just blend your family together and you live happily. You just need a great guy who will take your children as their own, and you accept theirs as your own. Uncle Patrick, I said something earlier. I just wanted your matured wisdom on this one to know if I'm right or wrong. You know, say me, now street advice I they get. I said, when it comes to good cop, bad cop, people in blended family, they shouldn't do good cop, bad cop with the kids. I don't know if you hear me when I said that, sir.
I saw it.
Okay.
You are right. Or the children will be playing them.
Ooh, they will even have more problem, because if you have 4 kids, 2 belong to your husband, 2 belongs to you, and you are playing bad cop, your children know they have no choice. They have nowhere to go. But the other 2 kids, they will start saying, my mom don't do that. You can't tell me that. So
very right.
Yes, sir. So you and your husband don't play good cop, bad cop. Instead, play the cops together. If you want to be
you are right.
Cop together.
You are right. You are very right.
You know, just whatever. Look, like God bless you so much for us, Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick mentioned something now about even we that we are in marriage and we are raising our biological children together. We still the year and basketballs. Do you know that it took me a while before I realized that, oh, sometimes my kids, they are playing me against my madam. It took me a while. Sometimes they will tell their mom they want to do something. The mom will say no. This kid will call me. I can be at work or so. They will like, Dad, can we go to the park? We're just going to be there for 30 minutes. I mean, I'll just say, is it not park? All right, guys, you can go to the park. By the time they come back to their mom and say, Mom, Dad said we can go to the park. And their mom will be like, if they're born on aware, make them step out of this house. While I go on day, then the next thing, Mama will call me and be like, why did you tell these kids to go to the park when I already told them they can't go? And I'll be like, I don't know. Say you said they're not going to go. So please, in a blended family situation, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And as I'm rounding up here, I will have Uncle Patrick and Honey Babe to help us round up. I just want to say this ahead of time. Borrow this leaf from my own personal book. This is how I look at problems and challenges when they arise. Timing. I would look at it like, okay, this problem, does it have a solution? If solution go there, when that solution will come. Take, for instance, if you are in a blended family and you are in the Western world, look at the ages of those kids. You already know that by age 18, they will be in college. In fact, some of you will even be lucky yourself. Once those children hit teenage years, you people will not even be their problem again, because they will be dealing with their peers now. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying here. Uncle Patrick, you get my point, sir? Because the moment the children become teenagers, they want to stay in their room most of the time. They are communicating with their friends. They don't even have your time. So if you are married to somebody now and your children are like maybe age 8, 7, 5, maybe 10, just relax. In the next 5 years, on a problem will begin solve small. And by the time they are 18, they go to college, you say, thank God. Even they go, you don't free. So please, let's just pray and be patient in whatever we do. As we're rounding up now, let me start with you, Honey Babe. What is your last word, Mama?
What you said about once they're teenagers, they stay in their room. How did you know that's what my issue is right now?
Oh,
my eldest son is showing me shaggy because he's always in his room. Doesn't want to do anything. So it's so funny. I think what I would say is that from my experience, even I'm a work in progress. It's all about being patient and having communication, and very much what Uncle Patrick says. You have to be very intentional because you don't want to start off on the wrong foot. And I think, as I mentioned in my couple of my examples that I mentioned before, that you should try and not do good cop, bad cop. You need to be on the same page with your new partner, so that it doesn't look like you're now favoring one over the other, whether it's the biological children over your stepchildren. You have to be intentional. You have to be on the same page. And there has to be a lot of communication, and there has to be a lot of patience. I'm saying this because even as recently as this morning, I was very, very upset with one of my children. So like I said, it's a case where I'm saying I'm being patient, but I'm only human. So of course I'm going to get upset, but I always have to think about, I need to be patient, even with my own biological children, not so much your stepchildren. I don't believe, I'm not into the whole Nigerian mentality that because they're your stepchildren, they're not yours. They're all your children. So just be patient as you would with your own biological children, and communication with your partner. Any issues, sit down, have a meeting. These are all new stuff I'm learning. I'm trying to get into this whole family meeting. It's a very Western thing, but having family meeting to discuss any issues, it does work. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, Honey Babe. I appreciate you coming on board and helping us make sense out of this. God bless you. I see you, Esther and O'Shea. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Honey Babe. I'm going to let you go now so that I can go begin prepare for work. Thank you, Mama.
Problem. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Uncle Patrick, we're not going to leave you for this kind of matter. You know, say, our generation, we don't mess up so much. So we need your generation to help us.
Uncle Ben, you are doing a great job. Yeah,
thank you, sir.
I really like this topic you brought on board. This is a mature topic. Maybe if you read later, you read what I texted you about. But you know, like I let me round up that, you know, especially when you are preparing to be a blended family, or when you are a blended family, you need resources. And thank God for people like you that brought this topic. Like the book that you put on it, these people should equip themselves so that when you read it, and because oh my God, you can easily call your partner and say, Oni, look at what I just said. Can you too read it too?
Yeah.
So that you get equipped.
Mm.
Uncle Ben, let me tell you one thing. I have an MBA. Can you believe I'm not even using my MBA at my job?
Wow.
Even though I'm being paid the salary, the only class I use very well is human behavior, because I manage people.
Hmm.
So I now even use my MBA as a bargaining tool for bigger jobs. Say, well, you can't pay me this, you don't have an MBA. So when you get equipped, I'm just bringing that. And when you get equipped, you know how to deal with blended family. You have a lot of resources. You'll be able to manage your family. You know, when you say some things, people say, where is this wisdom coming from? It is because of the resources you have read, the books you have read, and you know the wisdom God has given you, Uncle Ben.
Thank you,
When
sir.
I go for conferences, I don't talk. When it's getting towards the last, and I have a question. This man, where have you been? You just kept quiet. Some of the questions I will have asked, some people have asked it. So I won't be the first person to ask questions. I will wait. I will not ask one special question. Say, oh my God, this man, where are you coming from? Because I added other people wisdom and now ask my own question. So people should educate themselves. Don't just go into it and say, I want to go blindly. Say, well, I have 3 kids now. I want a man. And so what are you talking about? Are you the only one? There are other people that have 3 kids that are professional, that are more qualified than you, Uncle Ben. Who told you it's not emotional that anyone, a man that can take care of me? Is that what people are looking for? The substance you have, that's what people are looking for, Uncle Ben. It's the truth now. Can you manage it? Can you cope? Are you emotionally stable? The way you talk, people will know whether you're emotionally stable, Uncle Ben. Can you deal with this? This man is coming from this. This woman needs security, needs support. Can you deal with it? Are you going to be there?
Exactly.
It goes a long way.
A lot. In fact, my sister Oshe just mentioned something now. She said we have not even covered the aspect of extended family on this topic. So, Sister Oshe, if you see, I just sent a message. I dropped a message in the chat. Please text me. We can talk. I think tomorrow I'm off tomorrow, even though I'll go do my gig in the evening. We can come back to the studio and you can tell us this other aspect of extended family. Because to be honest with you, I don't even consider the aspect of extended family. Maybe because I'm the kind of man that my thing has always been me, my woman, and the children first. Maybe that's just where I'm coming from, because this is the same thing I preach to my fellow friends all the time. In a family situation, it has to be you, your wife, your children first. Every other person, they come second. I don't care. You know, I know it's not anybody in Africa now. If they hear me say something like that, people that it be like say this boy don't chop a goosey soup. What if you left for hero? You don't eat vegetable. This is not matter of vegetable. I'm just saying it as a young uncle. I'm telling you right now, any man listening to this and woman, the moment you figure that it doesn't matter whether blended or not blended, you, your wife, and the children, you, your husband, and the children comes first, you are good. You will find peace. Honestly, someone mentioned it somewhere in the chat. I miss it somewhere. The person said, taking care of children, it doesn't matter whether biological or not biological. Children are the same thing. They will behave almost the same thing. It's just that how they behave and how you react, sometimes you might want to bring that, I'm the stepmom, I'm the stepdad, something into it. But to be honest, children are children at times. Even we, where we they deal with our own, we know what's up. You know, in fact, me and my madam, we are at a point right now because our kids are growing. They are growing so fast now, Seth. My kids have been on vacation for almost a month now. They not even send me. They not send their mama. The only time they only do FaceTime, they call everything. They will play with their mama all day. By the time they call me, now bill, they go bill me. Daddy, we're going somewhere tomorrow. Can you cash up? But They are growing. It used not to be like that. Now, me and my wife, now we don't reach one point where we say, we don't they tell us, it be like say, now only me and you get each other. But these people, they are in their own world. Though. So that's the way it is, honestly. So if you are in a blended family or not even blended family, you got to learn how to parent. And I'm going to invite Uncle Patrick. We find the day Uncle Patrick will be free. If I can get Uncle Patrick and some of our elder sisters too, I don't know Auntie B's schedule, to come and help us talk about raising children, especially in this modern day. That's why I love Uncle Patrick and many of my senior aunties here in Austin. I learn so much from them because they are kids that are grown. So once my children attain some stage, they show different character and behavior. I go come they shock again. Say, so I'll quickly tell them, if the children that they do like this, so where did they go? Now they will tell, okay, Ben, my worry, my just like the teen Honey Babe was saying earlier about children staying in their room. I found it so strange. I never knew that once they get to middle school, going to high school, it's like you, the parents, you are like enemy at times. They want to do their own thing, their own way. Do you know me and my eldest daughter, we they play cat and mouse every morning. My daughter like to wear skimpy things. You know those things that we reveal their navel. So every morning like this, my Drositani are there in front of the house, they wait for her. She took go they peep from her room upstairs. If she sees I mistakenly enter like this, I could just hear the door, bam, she don't go. So children, you just have to learn to parent.
Uncle Ben, you know that period that hormone is ranging.
Uncle Patrick. Odumirio. Me where I can't be local man again, the thing can't even worse. Because I can't they struggle. It's like I'm trying to survive as a dad. So please, I'm gonna bring some parents here to come and teach us how we can parent this new generation children and how we can handle some issue, because even there are a lot of home now that dealing with their own biological parents, we don't create trouble for husband and wife. I hope you know that. In some home now, if they create trouble, big one. I remember when I want to give my daughter her first phone, I went and bought her iPhone 12. I don't like buy anything in credit. I just went into Apple Store. I bought iPhone 12, buy all the other accessory, everything. I end up paying like around $1,250 or something. By the time I got home, we were doing videos. Hey, then they send it to their mom. My wife almost won't strangle me. Like, why would you give her iPhone 12? Why would you spend this much? You know? So sometimes parenting, we need education at times. And honestly, by the time my wife break it down, why I shouldn't have done that, I'm like, oh god damn, I really fuck up. I should have done this thing differently. Honestly,
you need to navigate with your wife before you do that.
Oh, Uncle Patrick, my wife sees the phone now. She sees the phone almost like it goes like almost 2 weeks. I got to beg her. I beg her. I say, okay, now my mistake. I not go do them again. I don't know. I didn't see it the way you see it. And you know, as a mom, she was 100% okay. My approach was totally wrong. Me now, if by the time my daughter enters school, they need to see say the phone where this baby bring on. Uncle Patrick, that phone. She again.
All those Niger ideologies still in your brain.
Uncle Patrick, we will bring you. I go beg you, Auntie B. Make una just come educate us. I will leave the video on the channel so people can learn. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you for having me,
Patrick. May you live long for us. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
God bless you, my brother.
Yes, sir. All right, Joseph. Joseph is my guy. Joseph, you came late anyway. You got 2 minutes, Joseph. Tell me what's up, man. What's your topic?
Well, my take is that sometimes, based on this blending family of 18, despite I'm not married, but I try to learn from other people's mistake. Sometimes the major issue is before even marrying any person, any baby mama, first and foremost, you will have to check what was the reason why they were not together with her ex-husband. That's the first thing you have to look at before you now know, okay, can you be able to handle what happened? And then once if she is gone, as a dad, as an ex-dad to somebody or to an ex-husband, you will also have to like check, okay, since she is gone, is there a need for me going back after she's married again? Or what will even take me back? The only thing you have to take your responsibilities as long as your children are with her.
Yeah.
They are another dad, so you definitely have to give them space. That's what I believe. Because you going to see them often, at long last, the current husband won't be happy because he'll be thinking you are coming for a different thing to his family. Because your family life is over. If you wanted her, you wouldn't have let her go. Those are the things one have to consider. And based on the children, a quick one, you definitely have to enter their heart. You have to be a responsible father. You don't even have to differentiate. You don't need to differentiate. This is this person's child. This is this person's child. No, all of us have that mentality. If a child did something, it's because I'm not your dad. It's
Yeah.
because
And that's
stepson.
the problem.
Is
Eh?
already us. If it is your own child, will you tell him that? Will you tell him what you are telling him? You won't. But it's because it's somebody's child. That's why you are seeing that pain is there. So those are the things that people need to like check and address that issue. Let's stop looking at those people like they are not yours. Take them as yours. As long as you love the mother, you definitely have to love the children.
Exactly.
You have to take the like yours. So
Exactly.
those are my need.
Thank you, Joseph. In fact, Joseph, I'm gonna invite you to my Why Are You Single? I need you to come and tell us why you are single. Hopefully, we can get you a very beautiful woman that will understand you. Because your wisdom, sometimes the day shock say, why guys go there like this? Where woman never catch them come off for market. Thanks, buddy. And you know we're still working on the project, so I guess we're gonna chat after the show when I get to work. Thank you very, very much, man. I appreciate you. All right. As I'm rounding up right now, thank you everybody for being here. D is a bad sister. I guess when I was talking about how me and my daughter was doing cat and mouse, D said, D said, I will wear proper clothing. I wear proper clothing. After leaving the house, I will find somewhere to change. Wallah, you are a bad girl. Oh my God. It's not easy, man. Parenting is not easy. And if you find yourself in a blended family situation, please, you have to work with your partner. It doesn't matter whether male or female. You have to work with your partner. And if you get to watch the first show that I did on this topic, I made mention of the fact that because you have a blended family, there are two other people that are involved in your family. By the virtue of being one of the parents of your children that you brought into your new marriage. Okay, so please understand that those people, they're always going to be there, and then you have to establish boundary. You got to figure out how to deal with them and how to work together as couples to overcome many of these challenges. Please help me say a huge thank you to Uncle Patrick, CC, everybody. Your contributions are noted. This is a huge topic. I don't even have the experience to discuss this topic, and that's why I need people who have been in this situation to help us dissect it and make sense of it. Because make I no lie to you now, make I just confess we're ahead of time. I will be a very, very terrible ex. May God not let bad thing happen, and in Jesus' name it won't happen. If I'm involved in this blended family situation and I happen to be the dad when they carry in children into a new marriage, I go need therapy. I go need therapy. And to be honest, I go even pity the new husband self, because the kind of bond and friendship and all everything I have going on with my children, it go hard for some men to step into that shoe. Make I no lie. The way me and my children are so close and everything we do together, it go hard for another man to step into that shoe. And besides, the man go have to deal with me to make I just confess now. Along Joe Magari shoe. Hey, wow. Now me they go see first thing in the morning. And I mean they go see last thing. Now my voice they go hear last thing in the day. I'm just kidding you. Oh, it was Honey Babe. I'm so sorry. You know, you're Honey Babe now. You are Honey Babe, Auntie B. You guys are like my 3 closest person that I have in UK. So, and because of your accents, you are Honey Babe. I used to mix you guys together because of your accent. You don't say on English. They sharp, be like us. We go Paco school like this. Our own English, now combination of gbogbo. All right. Oshe, everybody, I thank you. I really enjoy today, and I'm happy that you guys find time to be here. Uncle Patrick, thank you so much again. I'm gonna leave you with this video. I pray this will not happen to anybody here. This is a stepdad losing his mind. Not stepdad self. A biological dad losing his mind because the stepdad took his son to the salon to get an haircut. And when he was there, moving mad, like my Shade will say, he was at the salon moving mad. Please watch this as we round up.
Oh, boy, ain't our shit. That's my motherfucking son.
World Star.
That's my motherfucking son. You don't got no business. Hey, barbershop. I told you that. I told you that shit. 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 It's your first time. Hey, let me go ahead and call his mama real quick and we gonna get to the bottom of it. All right, you go ahead and do that. And she better say the right shit, because if she don't, I'm about to get you swinging in this. On God. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I'm trying to poke you.
Yo. Hey, ass not answering the phone, huh? Hey, ass probably well, I thought ass.
Hey, bro. Man.
Like I told you. Hey,
get him out your son.
That's not your motherfucking son. That's my motherfucking son. You want to be Russell Wilson so bad. You want to be Russell Wilson so bad. Well, you don't even got a Sierra.
Hey, bro, you going too damn. Hey, bro. I need all this little fight.
Hey, she said I answered the phone, huh?
Hey, bro, all right. I'm really showing you. Hey, like I said, watch your mouth for the time.
Ain't your motherfucking son.
Hold on. Hey, Keisha.
Hey,
Keisha. Hey, can you up here trying to take Sean with him?
Let me get a little closer. What? You ain't here nowhere until you pay your child support. What? Child support? That little bitty ass shit. I can pay that shit right now on God.
Oh boy.
Shit out your ass.
Hey, take that aside, man.
Hey, Keisha, gonna really let this disrespect me in front of my motherfucking son? With your thought ass?
Oh, man.
Hey, call that. Hey, I'm getting my motherfucking son. We going. Hey, Mike, I appreciate you, but I need my son. I need my son. Hey, let's wrap this shit up. I need my son, man. Give me my mother.
You see, this is part of what I'm saying. I'm going to do a compilation of this video and we will react to it. In this situation, the person I give the credit here is the stepdad. The stepdad is the matured one here. You see, what that guy did, being in his space, standing in front of him, yelling and all that, if the stepdad is not mature, now punch he go receive. Heavy blow. Blindsided blow is what he's going to receive. But, you see, this is what we're saying. It's good that if you find yourself in a situation whereby you have to remarry, please marry the right guy, a guy who is matured. This is maturity at its finest. That baby daddy, that guy is a waste.
I don't get my son no more. I'm shit out your ass. Yeah.
Come on, like him, man.
Yeah, let's go. Alright.
Man, you gonna let him take him like that?
Shit out your ass.
Come on, Russell. Was you letting him take?
Hey man, it's his son. Man. I ain't trying to fight.
Oh man, this man.
Yeah, he took it.
That shit crazy, man.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you, Sister Natu. Thank you, D, my sweet sister. All right, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. If I can get in touch with D, we might work on something together tomorrow. We might extend this conversation because this is a very important one as it affects everybody now somehow, somewhere. You know, we all have single mom, single dad somewhere. We have divorces somewhere now in our family. So this one, our topic will concern all of us. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Please, if you haven't hit the like yet, please hit the like. Give us thumbs up. And don't be a stranger. I really appreciate you. God bless you. I'll see you all tomorrow when we're going to have another coffee show. I also have my rants coming up on Dangote. The issue with Dangote, where they show and pepper, they are serving Dangote breakfast. And some Nigerians that I've spoke with, they have the effortry to tell me that Dangote is a monopolist. He deserves what's coming to. I don't know what's wrong with us, so I'm going to rant on that one. But let me leave it here. Thank you very, very much. God bless you all and happy weekend.